be the cold weather interfering with the signal. Because it has been, like today it's 21 degrees. Yesterday it was 17, felt like 10. I died laughing because a little bit later in the morning it said, now it's 18, feels like 10. But like I said, it was a funny experience yesterday. We we're running out of something. And suddenly, so around 10 o'clock, instead of just letting us go home, they made us go sit through a 2-hour harassment lecture that we've all had multiple times. It was the exact same thing, almost word for word. I'm like, 2 hours. And I'm like, wow. This is about as entertaining as watching paint dry. Or watching flies have intercourse. I'm like, I think I fell asleep 2 or 3 times. I know at least one time I was snoring my head off. And I warned them before I went in. I said, look, you guys may not like it, but sure enough, within the first hour, I'm like, yep, I've been to this show. I don't know how many times. It's like, okay, you're trying to recover files from a busted drive. Oh, I've had more than my share of experiences with those. I had an external drive once that I was literally sitting there. It was like 2 o'clock or something in the morning. And I was going to go grab something off the drive that I had archived. And I'm sitting there looking at the file directory and the external drive's not showing up. And I'm like, okay, so I thought maybe it was unplugged. Well, I reach around the back. Now, the minute I put my hand over the top, my hand started feeling warm. I touched the cord in the back to make sure it's plugged in. I'm lucky there was nothing raw or exposed at that point because the cord was burning hot. So quickly I grabbed that cord and yanked it out from the back of the drive. And as I did, smoke came pouring out of the hole. If I hadn't caught that hard drive would have probably set my desk on fire. It was an external drive. Yep, I don't know how it happened, but somehow that drive just shorted out. So I lost everything on that hard drive, that external drive. All right, I hate to agree with you, Mark, but yeah, we're almost to the end of it, and I'm not impressed with it as I have been previous seasons. It's still got some laughs in it, but I don't know if they're going to see a series 4. We're working right up till this Friday. Christmas Eve's on Saturday. Then we're probably out for the week. I don't think we come back to the 2nd, which is, for them, it's just conveniently going to be on the following Monday. But I didn't finish my story about the boring lecture, so let's get back to it. All 6 of you. um, so they got us sitting in there for this harassment lecture. And I'm noticing people, they said, look, you can get up, go use the facilities, whatever. You don't have to ask permission or anything like that. So over the course of this first hour or so, I'm watching people get up that I know are smokers and they're heading outside. And finally, I was about an hour and 20 minutes in. I'm like, I got to get up because I'm going to fall asleep again. So luckily I had my jacket with me. I already had my vape in it. So I put on my jacket and I'm going out and somebody stops me. You're not leaving for the end of the lecture, are you? He didn't sound anything like that. I'm not even going to try to imitate this person's voice. I'm like, no, I'm going down to this doorway over here because all these doors will lock when I walk outside. I said, I need some cool air. And I really don't feel like getting locked out. But I'm sitting there thinking, why didn't you stop anybody else, you jackass? Why did you decide to pick on me? I watched multiple people walk out of here with their jacket on. I was halfway tempted just to keep walking, go down to the union office and start filing my grievance because I'm like, you didn't stop anybody else that I heard. And like I said, they're all wearing jackets. They're all going out the door. Ugh. But if I do it, it's wrong. Ugh. So, no, this was a guy. It wasn't a Karen. Not going to say who it was because I think I know who it was, but I'm not going to say. But I'm like, why are you stopping me for? Yeah, Behrman canceled the UK tour. Yeah, now they're claiming that's what the thing was about. And I'm like, okay, that's devastating news. Yeah, but no, those T-shirts, we had those custom made, and trust me, they weren't cheap. Just for one for me. I don't know how much they charge on a bulk rate for them. Plus, then you had to get them in different sizes. And like my Have Dalek Will Travel shirt, that was custom. You ain't gonna find that anywhere else. I did that. I would say I kind of wish I put Dr. Freedom and Eric on the back of that one because that's basically the slogan for that whole series, which I'll get around to again someday. I don't know. It's just all these hours being stuck here and all. It's really just killing my karma, man. It's whacking me on the head with a dummy stick. I'm not kidding. It's just like yesterday. I came, I was home. I think I napped for a bit. Got up, had dinner. I was out till 7 o'clock. It's just, it wears down on you. Yeah, they weren't cheap. So by the time I could have a bunch made off, try to figure out what size they're going to be in and where am I going to send them. Well, message me with that information. I'll think about it. But the problem is the logo artwork that was on that shirt was not the logo art I submitted. He had to change some stuff around to get the coloring right or something like that. He had to put a different mic. I had to put a different microphone on there than the one I had on there originally. So I knew a guy who used to make iron-on T-shirts, and it's like, oh God, he was trying to sell the business. That was back in the days when I was working temp jobs. I'm like, no, thank you. I ain't got a few $1,000s to give you for this computer program a steam press, and it's been an okay year. Like I said, things could have been far worse. Things could have been far better. Every year has its ups and downs. Um, you just got to weather the storm, you know. I know this was years ago when he did the iron-on ones. That was back in the 90s. That's back when I was working temp jobs and stuff like that. Well, yeah, like I said, but it was for all of 30 seconds. I only got to say barely a sentence to her. Because, like I said, we had 100 and something people behind us. You know, or at least behind me, I mean, to get through there. But like I said, she was very kind, very sweet, so I ain't going to complain. I still don't believe that happened. I got that picture in a hard sleeve protector, standing up on my desk, and I still got to look over and go, shit, that happened, didn't it? Oh, well. It was literally like almost blink of an eye, and it was over. You know, which is more than I ever thought I would get. You know, I'm not kidding. I had resolved myself a long time ago. You know, I was never going to get to meet any of the modern doctors really, and Jodie Whittaker was like on the way long shot list. So when I heard she was coming to Columbus, I was like, I ain't passing that up. You know, no way. There was a lot of other people there. Like I said, you had like Rosario Dawson, you know, and just that's one off the top of my head. There was a lot of other people there, but it's just I was trying to keep the spending down because we had just been to Chicago TARDIS the previous week. And like I said, the photo by itself, you know, I had prepaid for that. That was $100. Plus, for us to get in for one day, it was like $100 for both of us. Trust me, if I had the money, I would definitely try to set something up with Pack Rat Comics down here in Columbus, because they've been going out of their way to try to get people involved to do another event like they did for Ohio Who a few years back, where they had Caitlin Blackwood and Terry Malloy. And the problem is I can't get anyone interested. I tried talking to the one group who threw that thing at Origins, and they're like, I was like, guys, what? Pack Rat not only provided the space, they helped with the running of it, they put out TV ads, they put out radio ads for the event that you didn't pay for. So they were more than willing to go all out to make this, you know, any event. And they said, we'd be more than happy to do it again. Matter of fact, they've already done their own events. If you look around on their, I know they got Pack Rat Comics, I know they got a Facebook page. They had like Lou Ferrigno out there last year. But I can't get any of the Whovian crowd motivated enough to do it here on air. It's like, I simply can't do it. I do not have the resources. I don't have the money to hire anybody or anything like that. So, no, they won't sponsor anything like that. Are you kidding me? For one, it's a show that, you know, is definitely not American, so they won't get behind it. Well, folks, it's about that time. I got to run inside here, so I'm in this parking lot from now on. I just gave up on that other one. I'm not even going to waste my time anymore. I'm tired of pulling in here before 1:15 in the morning, and since I got other shifts on other parts of this side that start before we do, all the handicap spaces are gone. Or if you've seen how like I could have parked over there yesterday, but if you've seen how half these guys park. No, Ford's an American company. It's multinational, yes, but the closest they came to being British was when they owned Jaguar for a while. They owned Jaguar Land Rover, and they got rid of that a long time ago. Like, yeah, that was the closest they ever came, was when they owned Jaguar, and that was back in the early 2000s. And that deal, they sold that off a long time ago. Yeah, I gave up on that parking lot entirely because I'm tired of pulling in here, and if you're lucky, if the one shift ain't working, you'll get a handicap space over there. So it's like back to the old days. I'm right back to this space out here where I always used to park. Right next to the plant manager spot. Okay, take care, everyone. I'm getting out of here. Have a great morning. We'll see y'all tomorrow. Be kind, be calm, be safe. And be careful out there with this cold weather.